Hello everyone, SuperRex37 here, and in today's video we're going to be updating the city yet again in city update number 7. So before we get started, make sure you guys like and subscribe so you can see more content just like this and you can see our city grow over time. So with that being said, let's get started. So the premise of this video is going to be adding in a few more buildings, which is going to be really exciting. But I have already done a few small changes to the city. Just added a few things like the vintage Coast Guard boat back in the corner of our beach area, as well as a big pelican sitting on the dock. And that was one of the creator polybags. I've also added this police helicopter. If you've seen my Spider-Man vs. Carnage shorts, then you've seen that helicopter in that position as well, because that's where it was for those little scenes. And that's pretty much all the little additions that I've done to the city. So now let's get into the big stuff. And the big stuff, in this case, is going to be adding the Avengers Tower, as well as Doctor Strange's Sanctum Santorum. So these are the two buildings that we're going to be adding into the city today. And that's going to involve moving around a few things and getting it placed. So let's start with the Sanctum Sanctorum, and then we'll do the Avengers Tower after that. Alright, so the general idea with this one is I'd like it to be over on this side of the city. So where our main road splits off into its two separate roads. I'd like the Sanctum to be in this strip of buildings right here. So in order to do that, I think we're going to take the museum out completely. It's going to come over here just temporarily. Then we'll put the Sanctum next to the bank. I think that looks really well next to each other, a taller building next to a shorter building. And then to fill in this gap, I was thinking we bring in the pizzeria from this corner and set it here. And I already made sure the trains do have enough clearance to get past that little corner. I did check that. So this is what this side of the building is looking like now, or this side of the city rather, with these three buildings here. And I do like that. I think there might be a little bit too much yellow on this side of the city now, with the pet shop being black and yellow, the pizzeria being yellow, and then the top of the bank having the yellow sign on it. So let me know what you guys think about that. And in the next update, if you agree, then I can move some of those buildings around. And also, let me know what you guys think I should do in this back area, because there's not really all that much room. I think I want to eventually wrap the beach around here so it borders in this water a little bit better, because I think it looks a little bit weird with it just kind of cutting off right there. As well as I need to fill in that gap between the water and the wall with just some regular plates. I think it's about a 2-stud wide gap, so that should be pretty easy to fix once I get the parts for it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think I should do in this area. I'm thinking about maybe doing like a basketball court or something like that, but let me know what you guys think. And then now we need to figure out a place to put the museum. And I was thinking it would look really good right here next to the police station, because it brings in that tan color from the police station down into this building, which I think blends really well together. Then that splash of color in the back with the cargo station there with that splash of yellow. And the red also blends with that back there as well, which looks really cool. So now with that there, now let's move on to getting Avengers Tower in. And Avengers Tower is definitely a harder building to place than the Sanctum Sanctorum is, because it is a landmark of every city layout that I've had. It's always been a centerpiece for me. But in this layout, that centerpiece is turned into the police station modular, which I think arguably is a better centerpiece than the Avengers Tower. And eventually I'd like to get the new Avengers Tower and switch it out and then upgrade this base as well, because this is just a kind of cobbled together base. There's not an interior or anything on it, it's just kind of thrown together. So eventually I'd like to mock that up a little bit and make it a little bit cleaner. But for now, it'll do for our city setting. And what I was thinking for this now is to put it right here on the corner where the pizzeria was sitting. So if we place it just like this, we get that little bit wider sidewalk here, which I think highlights the building a little bit better. As well as you can see the A, and you can also see inside the building from our viewing side of the city. And you also have access to the helipad, as well as being able to slide out these Iron Man armors to launch them if need be. So I think that's a pretty good placement for that. So now let's just clean up and add in a few more action scenes just to make this city pop for this week. Alright, so as you saw in those cool shots, I set up a couple battle scenes around both the Sanctum Santorum as well as the Avengers Tower. So let's just start on this side of the city and see what we got going on in town. So the first thing we see is Wong fighting the Taskmaster right here on top of the pizzeria, as well as Mysterio and Dr. Stephen Strange fighting here on the Sanctum, which I think is pretty cool. I also took that little web piece off the side of it just because I thought it looked a little bit out of place. And I'll probably eventually remove that Technic system right there as well. This one right here. And yeah, so that's it for that battle scene. I think it looks pretty nice with Mysterio shooting down at Doctor Strange and then Taskmaster charging Wong. I think it's just a cool little scene to have. Then I put in a few people down here on the streets, as well as just a few cars driving around. Also got a truck pulling out of the garage. If we go back here to the beach, nothing's really changed besides I did add a sea turtle right here, which looks pretty cool. And then just that boat and the pelican that were added earlier. Now we got our kid still flying his drone up here on the roof of the garage in the pet shop. And then right here we have our car of the week from this week. And if you're not sure what that is, check it out over on my Instagram, where we do a highlight for one car in the city every week. And this week's was the Porsche 911 Turbo, which is one of my dream cars if you did not know. So there's that. Nothing's really changed over here in the park. Everybody's just eating their food and exploring the great outdoors, which is fun. Then we have a little concert out here in front of the police station with the Series 21 violin kid playing his violin for all the police officers and a few other civilians. So that's fun. Then just a few more cars driving around. Here we have a photographer taking a picture of the massive fight that's happening out on Avengers Tower. So that's pretty awesome. She's looking up at the fight like that. So now we'll move over into the fight, where we have right here Venom pinning Captain America down. And then up here we've got Venomized Iron Man fighting my perfect version of War Machine, which if you'd like to see how that was made, check that over on my Instagram as well. I think that's a pretty cool figure. And yeah, I also moved the museum right there. And nothing else really changed down here, so just the same figures and cars. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this city update. Make sure you guys like and subscribe for more content just like this, and let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And thank you all for watching. SuperBricks37 signing off.